So, welcome to the NFT Podcast. Today I'm alone. And why I'm alone? First of all, because this is the 11th episode, and 11 is my favorite number because I was born on the 11th of June. And second, because I think that I want to make a recap of everything that I've learned thanks to the first 10 episodes. And I'll probably do more episodes like this, but for this moment, this is the first one. So, first of all, I want to thank all the artists and all the people, all the gamers that came to my first 10 episodes that I had the luck to record in just 1 month. And I'm doing very well. A lot more are going to come in the next days, in the future, and the project is growing. So I'm very happy for that. I think that I want to share with everyone of you, and I want to keep this content here about everything I learned with these 10 episodes about NFTs, because when I started I didn't know anything about NFTs, and this is why I started this podcast. I always repeat it to my guests and to my friends, to everyone. They ask me why did it, because I wanted to learn and there weren't no many sources available online, and it was a bit a mess online. So I hope that I've informed you guys for the contents that I brought. It's just the beginning, but I learned a lot. And maybe let's do this recap together. So, first of all, what is an NFT? Okay, just don't say that it's a non-fungible token. It's a lot more than that. And I would like to talk about which are the revolutions, the highlights of the revolution that NFTs has bring into our world, into our digital world. First of all, what I love the most about NFTs, and I also tweeted the other day, you can invest in people. It means that you can invest in people's career. Imagine that you know someone that well, not very famous today, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, because it just was your mate, your schoolmate, and you say, okay, I want to invest in you. Like you can invest in a company, now you can invest in people. And that's amazing because you can participate in the career of that person. It seems like you, in a sense, you work with it, so you earn a reward every time he earns a reward, and that's amazing. Really, that's powerful, a lot more than a lot of other utilities that you can find in the NFT space. And utility, I think it's another important point that I learned about NFTs, because I joined joined the NFTs world and started this podcast because anyone was talking about NFTs in culture and sport and art. That's not, but that's not so useful in the sense that NFTs that we've seen, at least the biggest part of them, they are not so useful in the sense that they don't bring with them a special reward that you can use in another moment. For example, if I buy a piece of art, it's a collectible, so it has got power, it has got an emotional power, it has got an emotional value for me, but it's not quite useful in the sense that I cannot use it for something. And what I mean when I say I use it for something, one of the examples that I came up the most in this month was, imagine that you are an NFTs a musician and you want to join the NFTs world. You could print a ticket and you could, or not print because of course it's digital, but you can print a ticket and also make a digital copy of it. This will be an NFT. You can use it, or at least your fan that buy that NFT, we are going to use it one day, like to come in your backstage. It's like a VIP pass, or like to have a dinner with you. So that's the special reward and something useful that one of the first and the most common examples that come to my mind. So another really important point about NFTs that I learned this month is that a creator can be fully autonomous in selling his art. And that's amazing. That's revolutionary for all the industries that around the world, because you don't need to leverage on the power of marketing, and of course you will need anyway to do a marketing plan, but you can do it by yourself and you don't need to pay royalties for anything that you do, because you've got your own market now. So it depends on you. It depends on how much effort you make in this. Another important highlights about NFTs is the ownership, in the sense that you own your content. It's not Google, it's not Instagram, it's not Facebook anymore that owns your content. It's you. And everyone that buys your content, he owns it. So what we will see in the future, we'll see social media that has got like a full ownership of their contents. It means that every story, every, let's say, reel, every post that you share, you will own it and you can market it. So we will see like social media with, at least I think, with a bigger mixture of contents and marketplace, one in the same place. So the topic of royalties, I think we already touched it. So you don't pay royalties to anyone, and another biggest revolution here is that you earn a percentage every time you resell your artwork, in the sense that if someone buys it from you and he resell it, you earn a percentage on that, and that's revolutionary for the NFT space. Everything can be tokenized as an NFT. And I don't want to say more about this, because just as important that what I learned this month is that anything can be tokenized as an NFT. And it will be very important for creators that are going to join this world. Then, another revolution is that, of course, NFTs is ready to crypto. And NFTs are sort of validating the crypto market, because now with cryptos you can buy something. For example, Ethereum is the most used crypto in the space, but we will see others. But at the moment I'm recording, an Ethereum is about $2,000, and you can buy some NFTs with 0.1 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum, and more Ethereum. We see, of course, big bits, and that's important, very important, to validate and to build trust around the crypto space. Then, another important revolution of NFTs is standardization. What standardization means? It means that now we've got like a same language for digital assets. How as we had a same language that is like HTML or HTTP for requests between computers and contents on the web. Now the blockchain had a layer on top on that gives developers a brand new set of stateful primitives on which to build applications. So it means that this is very good for all the digital assets that we are going to see in the digital world. Now they can be programmed with the same language. Another important revolution of NFTs for digital assets is their interoperability, in the sense that we can now move digital assets through different marketplaces. So blockchain provides a sort of coordination layer for digital assets, giving us all the permissions and ownership and management that we want through different digital spaces. And one of the most important example that I learned thanks to the guys from gaming that came in the first 10 episodes is that you can think about the gaming, an issue in the gaming industry in the video games is that when you buy skins, for example in Call of Duty, in Fortnite, you can just have them while you play that game. That's good while you play the game, but it's good that one day you want to stop playing that game and you don't want to lose all the money that you spent on that. So you can trade those skins, you can resell them on different marketplace, or another futuristic vision is that you can use those skins and you can use them in another game. So it's like that you've got your toolkit that you bring with you from one platform to another, from one game to another, from one virtual space to another. That's amazing and that's powerful for everyone that wants to buy some digital assets. Then, of course, tradability is another important characteristic of NFTs. It's free trade on open marketplace, but we already said that. Another revolution is like fractional ownership of digital assets. So more people together can own the same assets and they can own parts of them. For example, in async art, there's one of the most powerful projects that I've seen in the NFT space. You can own different layers of an NFT. For example, because we know that when you create a Photoshop and Illustrator project, it has got different layers, and you can like create a new type of art with that, a living art, because what happens if 10 artists has got like every one of them a layer of the same piece of art? They can edit it, they can modify how they want, but they just own one layer per each. So the result of the final result of the art will be the composition, the mix of all the artists working together in the same place, and that's amazing because you can change it over time. So it's really living art, and it's the future of collaboration because you can work real time on the same projects, and that's very good for the NFT space. Then another important distinction that I'd like to make is that in the early days of the non-fungible token, that was a belief that users would care a lot about scarcity of an NFTs. And a lot of people rushed to buy NFTs just because simply they were on a blockchain. Instead, now I think that the real power of NFTs won't be only created around scarcity, but around utility and provenance. So who created this NFT? So you don't really need to see the NFTs as an investment, but it's better to see it as a tool, because you will do a lot of things with that. If you can buy one, it will add over time multiple utilities on that token, and you can use it like a key for different doors. Another important thing about NFTs is that audience is becoming now at least as important as artists, because holders of a community token are at least as important as the figure that issued it. It means that we can also see some stuff that is called governance token. It means that for people that they own that NFT, that token, they've got like a power in creating, in shaping, for example, a platform or the website that is built from the creators that then give to people these tokens. And you can choose how like sort of the evolution of this platform. You can vote for updates of this platform. So it's very powerful that we can see like this wall between artists, creators, and their community, their users, their audiences, their fans is going down more and more, because now we can participate in the life of a creator, and not just with Patreon and we hold the tools that we said before, not just with donations like we see on Twitch, but now we've got a tool that can make it really every day for us a sense of participating actively in the life of a creator, because we will have a reward for that, not just better contents from him, her, but we can really participate, we can engage with him, we can advise him, we can talk with him, and that's just the beginning. There is a lot more that I learned from guests of these first 10 episodes in this month, but I prefer to keep this content small. I think that it's everything for the first episode of, I don't know how to call it, maybe NFT recap. I don't know. We will see it in the title together. So thank you for listening. I hope that you are learning with me about this space, and it's very valuable to share together all this information. I will come up with different topics about NFTs. In the future, we are going to talk in the next week a lot about events and exhibitions in the NFT space. We're going to talk about fashion design more deeply, and oh, I don't want to spoiler. So bye bye guys, and see you soon.